You know what's strange? The people who treat you the worst are often the ones you think about the most. They take hours to reply. They cancel plans. They make you feel invisible. And somehow, you care about them even more. You replay their words. You analyze their tone. You wonder what you did wrong. This isn't love. This is something deeper. And a little dangerous. Because the truth is, you're not chasing them. You're chasing a feeling. Let me show you how it starts. You meet someone new. At first, everything feels easy. They notice you. They respond fast. They laugh at things no one else laughs at. And for the first time in a while, you feel chosen. Not ignored. Not overlooked. Chosen. And that feeling? It hits deeper than you expect. But then, something changes. It's subtle at first. They take a little longer to reply. They seem slightly distracted, less present. You tell yourself it's nothing. They're probably busy. They'll text later, but they don't. Or when they do, it feels different, colder, shorter, distant. And that's when your mind starts racing. Did I say something wrong? Did I come on too strong? Are they losing interest? So you adjust. You try to be more interesting, more chill, more understanding. You give them space, while secretly hoping they'll come closer. And when they finally do, when they text you again, give you attention, act like they used to, it feels amazing, relief, excitement, validation, almost like a high. And that's the moment the attachment locks in, because now your brain has learned something. This person equals emotional reward. But there's a catch. The reward is inconsistent, and that changes everything. There's a psychological principle called intermittent reinforcement. It means rewards are given randomly, not consistently. And strangely, this is the most addictive pattern for the human brain. If someone gives you attention all the time, you get used to it. It becomes normal. But if they give it to you sometimes, and take it away other times, your brain becomes obsessed. Not because it feels good all the time, but because it might feel good again. It's the same reason people get addicted to gambling. You don't keep playing because you always win. You keep playing because you might win. And that maybe is powerful enough to control your behavior. Now think about your situation. They ignore you, then suddenly come back. They disappear, then send a message like nothing happened. And every time they return, you feel relief, like tension leaving your body, like something is finally right again. But that relief, it's not love. It's the end of anxiety, and your brain starts confusing the two. So you stay, not because they treat you well, but because you're addicted to the emotional cycle. And here's where it gets even deeper. This pattern usually didn't start with them. It started earlier, much earlier. Think about your past. Were there moments when you had to earn attention? When love felt inconsistent? When you didn't always feel chosen? Maybe someone important in your life was emotionally unavailable. Maybe they were there sometimes, and distant other times. Maybe you learned that love isn't something you receive. It's something you fight for. So now, as an adult, when someone is stable, consistent, available, it doesn't feel exciting. It feels unfamiliar, almost uncomfortable. But when someone is distant, unpredictable, hard to read, your brain lights up because it recognizes the pattern. It feels like home. And this is the trap. You don't fall for the person. You fall for the pattern. That's why you can't let go. Not because they're perfect, but because the emotional loop is unfinished. Your brain keeps saying, just one more message. Just one more chance. Just one more moment like before. But that before was never stable. It was just enough to hook you. And slowly, you start losing yourself. You check your phone constantly. You reread conversations. You overanalyze every detail. You start measuring your worth based on their attention. If they reply fast, you feel good. If they don't, you feel anxious. You shrink yourself. You become more available, more patient, more understanding, even when they're not. And the worst part? You know it. A part of you sees what's happening. But you stay anyway, because letting go feels harder than holding on. But here's the truth most people avoid. You're not afraid of losing them. You're afraid of losing the possibility of finally being chosen. And that's what keeps you stuck. Not love. Hope. But hope can be dangerous when it's attached to the wrong person. Because real connection, it doesn't feel like confusion. It doesn't make you question your worth. It doesn't leave you guessing. Real connection feels calm, clear, stable. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to overthink it. And yes, at first, it might feel boring because your brain is used to chaos, used to highs and lows, used to emotional swings. But that boring feeling, that's actually peace. So the next time you feel drawn to someone who barely gives you attention, pause. Don't react immediately. Don't chase. Just observe. Ask yourself, do I actually like them? Or do I like the feeling of trying to be chosen? Am I attracted to them? Or to the emotional roller coaster? Because those are very different things. And confusing them can cost you years. You deserve something real. Something steady. Something that doesn't disappear when you need it the most. And the moment you stop chasing unavailable people is the moment you start becoming unavailable to the wrong ones. And that's where everything changes.